Hey there, hello world! So welcome back. If you're looking to finish up the Oracle collection, I know that last video with the first half was pretty full, so I broke it up into another video, and this will be it. So if you've missed either video 1 or video 2 of this series, I will go ahead and provide the link in the description below so you can catch those if you'd like. And otherwise, let's go ahead and roll on into the video. All right, up next is this really cool tea leaf fortune cards deck. This is a deck I love to use for what I call my virtual tea leaf readings. So here is the guidebook with a lot of information about tea leaf readings. Here are some cards that I don't work with all of them because it's a lot. There are 200 cards, so it does take quite a bit of effort to work with them, shuffle them, because I have very small hands. So instead, I've begun utilizing them as virtual tea leaf readings. So this is pretty much an example of the cards. Here we have the back of the card for the tea leaf symbol. There are other various ones, such as the months of the year, in which the art corresponds to the month of the year. So when you're doing like a yearly reading, these are some of the cards for the tea leaf. So you get a little image here, the descriptor of what shape it might take if it was, in a teacup. So a dagger, and the meanings down here. Very straightforward deck. One of my absolute favorites to work with for using in readings, or just for doing, like I said, virtual tea leaf readings. And since there are so many, it's really cool the amount of variation you get with these really cool tea leaf readings. Right. So I didn't mention before, but this deck is by Ray Hepburn, illustrated by Shauna Alexander. Absolutely marvelous deck. I love using this one. Right. That is the Tea Leaf Fortune Cards by Ray Hepburn and illustrated by Shauna Alexander. Alright, so up next is this deck I like to work with. So the cards are not in the box. I will show you in a second. These are super cool. They're angel number messages. This is by Scorpio Mystic Angel, otherwise known as Yvonne Limonta. So Yvonne has created this beautiful deck with angel number messages. So here is the back. Gold gilded edges. And here are the fronts of the cards. So we have the angel number and the message coming from it. And if you do so wish, there is an affirmation here that you can either recite to yourself or keep in mind as you go about your day or when you spot your angel numbers. Very cool deck, and they tell you when they're master numbers, so those are very special as well. So yeah, just a really, really lovely deck. I love working with this one. Ooh, 1111. And yeah, it's just really cool. All right, so this is Angel Number Messages by Scorpio Mystic Angel, Yvonne Limonta. All right, moving on to Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Now these are astrology cards, but I feel like they are really great as oracle cards. So let's go ahead and take a look. Here is the guidebook. A lot of information. Perfect. There's so much to learn about using this deck. And I will just go ahead and take out a few cards here so we can flip through a few. This is the back of the card. Image of the sun here. The lighting doesn't lend too well, but okay, we'll just go with it. And here are some of the cards. So Here you'll see the message of the card below. They are numbered, but they're all individual to, I believe, the Zodiac signs. There's a special way they're set up. It's a little hard to explain with so little time, but just know that these are really, really cool. And if you get the chance to study these in depth and utilize them to their fullest potential, these would make for really, really powerful readings. It is something I aspire to do. Yeah, as of now, I'm just currently using them as regular old oracle cards, reading the keyword down here. Yeah, so that is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun by Carolyn Smith and John Astrop. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at these two very beautiful and just very unique decks. I really love the art here. So this is the Amenti Oracle, and this is the Modern Nirvana Oracle, and I believe they are they both by Jennifer Sodini? Well, Jennifer Sodini is featured on both, but I believe this one has more collaborators. So we'll take a look at that one in a second, but beautiful, beautiful art. Let me show you. This is the Amenti Oracle Feather Heart deck. So let's take a look. All right, so it comes with a very nice guidebook, full color, explains each of the cards in depth. Very helpful, very useful. Here is the deck. Right, so here is the back of the card. This is the art, which is very pretty. I don't know if you can tell. It looks almost like neon. It's got a bit of a glow to it with these really cool, vivid colors. And here is the front of the card. So the card has very beautiful imagery as well as a message down here. Just super stunning art. It's a very otherworldly feel to it. I really don't know how to explain it any better than that. But it's just a very gorgeous deck. I love using this one. So that is the Amenti Oracle with the Living with a Feather Heart guidebook and deck. Right, so the other deck here is the Modern Nirvana Oracle. And again, this is also by Jennifer Sodini, but we have here as well Kat Graham, Frank L.R. Reedy, Brian Wood, forgive me for not pronouncing correctly, and Natalie Miller, I believe, is the artist of this and the Amenti Oracle. I'll double check that, but I believe it is because this art, again, is just absolutely stunning. So let's get these out here. Whoops. Now this book is worrisome. It sometimes makes these creaking noises that startle me, but it's a very good guidebook, has a lot of information. And as you can see, it is in full color. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the cards. All right, so here is the art on the back of the card. Very beautiful. Love it. Soft but vivid. Soft but vivid colors, if that makes sense. All right, and here are the images on the front of the cards. So again, just a very beautiful image, as well as the corresponding theme, word, note. Really, really stunning art. And again, just feels very otherworldly. I love it. Beautiful cards. Right. So this is the Modern Nirvana Oracle. And again, Kat Graham, Jennifer Sodini, amongst others. Let me make sure I get them all in here. So yeah, Kat Graham, Jennifer Sodini, Frank Ilardi, and Brian Wood, as well as art by Natalie Miller. So there you go. Absolutely gorgeous deck. All right, so up next is this very large collection of mine for Denise Lynn's Oracle decks. And I just kind of laid them out because we're going to go through it very briefly. We'll go ahead and start with a look at the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. Pretty much all of these cards I am currently working with, so they're not in their boxes, hence they're lined up here at the bottom, which makes it easier for me to just kind of pull them up and show you. So here is Sacred Destiny Oracle card back, and a few of the images for the card fronts. Very beautiful deck. I love the imagery, the simplicity. Very well-timed deck appearance there. So yeah, this is just a very beautiful, highly intuitive oracle deck that I love to use to get kind of an overarching theme or energy for readings. And yeah, it's just so stunning. One of my absolute favorites. I love it. So this is Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. Right next to that, we have the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. And very different from Sacred Destiny, but still very beautiful. And I love the art in this deck. It feels very much like a fairy tale. So let's take a peek here. This is the back of the card. Very pretty. This deck feels very serene. Here's the front. So here we have the overarching theme or message of the card, as well as a quick little message here for you as well. Very pretty. This art almost feels like a mural or a fairy story. I don't know how else to describe it. Beautiful. So yeah, this is the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards, also by Denise Lynn. Right, so next up is the Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Lynn. Let's go ahead and start stacking these over here. Make a little bit of room. There we go. And here are the cards themselves. So let's take a look. This is the card back. Very cool. And these are the card front. So here we have pretty much the name of the card, as well as the theme of the card, the energy of the card. Very cool. The artwork here is really beautiful. Again, feels like you're in a fairy tale. That's what I love about Denise Lynn's oracle decks. Alright, so that is the Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Lynn. All right, last but not least, the Gateway Oracle cards by Denise Lynn. Very, very beautiful deck. This is one of my favorites, but the cards themselves are a little bit high gloss and stick to each other, so I don't use it too often. But when I do, it gives very beautiful readings, clear, intuitive. So here we go. And they come with beautiful messages down here at the bottom if you want to use as affirmations. So again, just a very beautiful deck with really pretty art. and that is the Gateway Oracle cards by Denise Lynn. All right, next up we have a pair of decks here from the creator Karen K, and these are really cute decks. Let me tell you, I love mythological creatures and fairies and mermaids, and of course here we have messages from the mermaids as well as Oracle of the Fairies, both from Karen K. So for the sake of time, I've already pulled these out of their boxes. Here's the back of the messages from the mermaids, as well as a few of the cards. Just really, really pretty cards, and very clear and straightforward messages here. And I love that. They're very easy to use your intuition to draw the messages from them, especially when used in conjunction with tarot cards. Very cool. So this is Messages from the Mermaids. All right, so also from Karen K, we have here the Oracle of the Fairies. And let's take a look here. These are the card backs. And here are the card fronts. So very beautiful cards. The art is super fairy tale-like, features of course fairies, and has very clear and concise messaging here. We have the overall theme as well as a little section here describing the theme itself. Very beautiful art. All right, so that is the Oracle of the Fairies deck by Karen K. All right, so the next lovely set of cards we have here are both from Diana Cooper, and we have the Dragon Oracle cards as well as the Magic of Unicorns Oracle cards. So again, we're sticking to that mythical creature theme, and these are both by Diana Cooper. So let's take a quick peek at the Dragon Oracle cards. And this is the art on the back of the card. And here are some of the cards in the front. So these are very cool. These dragons are done in a little bit of a different way than you'd expect, but they're still very cool looking. And the messages that accompany them shed a lot of insight. So very cool deck, along with very beautiful art. And I believe this artwork on this deck is by Cara Lee Morrow. So absolutely gorgeous. All right, that is the Dragon Oracle cards. All right. All right, so we have here the Magic of the Unicorns deck. And here's the back of the card. Now we'll take a look at the front here. So very, very beautiful art, of course, featuring colorful unicorns, a lot of beautiful colors, soft imagery. Very beautiful. All right, so this is Magic of the Unicorns Oracle cards by Diana Cooper. Okay, next up we have the Soul's Journey Lesson cards, and this is by James Van Praagh. So we'll take a peek in here. Really cool deck. Comes with this guidebook. A lot of info there. Here are the back of the cards. Let's take a look at the front. All right. So here we have just very beautiful imagery as well as the name of the card and a little bit about the message of the energy that's coming through from the cards. So if you pulled this one, for example, honesty, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Right, so this is the soul's journey. And the art is really cool. Almost like sacred geometry as well, but not geometrical. Very beautiful art. And the messages as well. Very beautiful. All right, so that is the Soul's Journey Lesson Cards by James Van Praagh. All right, next up we have these really cool numerology guidance cards, and these are by Michelle Buchanan. And I'm currently working with these, so let's go ahead and grab the deck. There we go, these are the card backs. This beautiful sacred geometry here. And these are the fronts. So the cards are numbered with a message associated with them. And they also vary in color, so very cool deck. I like using these to set up, again, kind of like an overarching theme or overarching energy regarding a reading. Covers a wide variety of topics. All right, so that is the numerology guidance cards by Michelle Buchanan. All right, up next we have another large collection of decks from Angela Hartfield. And I believe most of these are illustrated as well by Josephine Wall, with the exception of the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle cards, which is a different artist, but we'll go ahead and take a look at those in just a second. So let's go ahead and start over here. We'll look at Whispers of Love. So again, this is Angela Hartfield with artwork by Josephine Wall. A very beautiful deck. And here is the card back. Here are the fronts of the cards. So they have the card title and message. Very beautiful art by Josephine Wall. Her art truly feels like a painting. It's just super beautiful. Very bright. Feels very magical, honestly. And the kind and loving messages here are just so lovely and pair beautifully with the artwork. All right, that is Whispers of Love. And move on. Right, so next up we're going to take a peek at Whispers of the Ocean Oracle cards. And again, Angela Hartfield is the author. The artwork for this deck in particular is by Katerina Golovanova. I hope I pronounced that right. But this is one of my favorites because it, of course, covers the ocean. So let's take a look here. This is the back of the card. This beautiful sea turtle art. Making a little heart here. And these are the card fronts. So again, following, having a card title and then the message associated there. You glean a lot of information. So cool. All right. So this is the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle cards. All right, next up we have the Whispers of Healing Oracle cards. So now we're going to take a look at those. Here is the card back. And here are some of the art pieces on the front. So these vary, whether they're landscape or portrait, which breaks up a little bit of the monotony, but very beautiful. There we go. Nice full view here. Yeah. So that is Whispers of Healing Oracle deck by Angela Hartfield with art by Josephine Wall. All right, last but certainly not least, we'll be looking at Nature's Whispers Oracle cards, again by Angela Hartfield and art by Josephine Wall. Very, very beautiful art. So here we go. This is the back of the card for Nature's Whispers. And we'll take a look at the front. A little bit different in that they have just a single thematic message down here, but the art is still as stunning as ever. And I love using these. These are very easy to use intuitively. So yeah, just a very, very beautiful deck. All of these actually are from Angela Hartfield and the artist that she works with. So very pretty, very cool. All right, so next up we have this deck by Kyle Gray, and this is the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. And I'm actually working with this deck right now, so let me go ahead and pull that out of my stand here. So here is the back of the card. Very cool little portal looking, very magical, mystical. All right, and here are the fronts of the cards. So they come with a themed or name of the card, as well as a little bit of keywords for the meaning of the card itself. So very, very cool. The art is stunning. And very beautiful. A lot of Egyptian influences, ancient imagery. It feels very much like maybe Akashic records. I don't know, this definitely feels like a gateway of light activation. Arcturian. Yeah, just a really interesting, really cool deck. And that's why I'm working with it currently. All right, so this is the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle by Kyle Gray with artwork by Jennifer Hawkyard. All right, next we'll take a look at these two stunning but rather large additions to my collection. These are from the Wild Unknown series by Kim Krans, and here we have the Archetypes deck as well as the Animal Spirit deck. So they do come with quite a bit of packaging. I've already just kind of taken everything out because I don't like fumbling with them. But here is the inner container deck. The inner deck container for the Archetypes deck, and this is the inner container for the Animal Spirit deck. So let's take a look here at the Archetypes deck. All right, so the archetypes deck does come with rounded cards. This is really cool. The back is a pattern that looks pretty much like a diamond. If you're looking down at the facets, very cool. And the cards themselves are, of course, done with the signature Kim Cran's artwork style, so very recognizable and just overall really cool, really amazing art, if I do say so. So here are just some of the cards. Kairos, I love that card. Again, these are archetypes. So working with this deck, I've really learned a lot about different archetypes, and to utilize them in a reading, it's a little bit different from what I'm used to, but I love when I do incorporate these and the reading just really resonates with the client. They really love having this archetype pop up. It adds just a whole nother layer of insight to the reading, so they're very cool. Yeah, so that is the archetypes deck from The Wild Unknown, author Kim Cran's. All right, so the other deck here, we have the Animal Spirit deck, also from The Wild Unknown and Kim Cran's. So here is the back of the deck. And when we flip them over, here we go. The elephant. So pretty. The art here is just really, really stunning. Again, I'm just a huge fan of Kim Cran's work. And I love these cards. You can see the holographic accent on these. I forgot what they were called. I think they're called like ethereal cards. I don't remember, but they're really cool. And a horse with a little moon there. Here we go again. Beautiful. Just really cool. Really cool deck. I can't say anything much more than that. Just love utilizing this deck. This card is especially powerful. So yeah, that is the Animal Spirit deck from Kim Cran's The Wild Unknown series. Okay, so this is the part where I admit I have a bit of a problem. I really, really love Colette Baron-Reed's decks. The cards, the oracle decks that she comes up with are just really stunning. They're all very individual, feeling like they're their own little world, and I love collecting them. So I actually use these quite a bit, and I have quite a few here, so you can see this little stack, but I will just briefly go through all of these and not take too much time, but just show you a few of the cards and let you get a feel for some of these oracle decks. All right, so here is the Crystal Spirits Oracle, and this deck is all about crystals and not much else on the card itself, but when you read into the guidebook, or if you are very familiar with the properties of these crystals, these cards really pull great information into your reading when you draw a crystal spirit. So as you can see, they are all really beautiful. They are all crystals or gems, just so pretty. And there's always like a little face hidden in there, which gets a little creepy sometimes, but doesn't really affect me. It's just something very cool to look out for as you use these decks. So yeah, so it's the Crystal Spirits Oracle. All right, next is the Goddess Power Oracle. Colette Baron-Reed, of course, but this one is illustrated by Jenna della Grottaglia. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that. Jenna is a remarkable artist. Her art is just so beautiful. Let's take a look at the cards. So here is the back of the deck. Beautiful triple moon there. And these are the card fronts, and each featuring a beautiful goddess. Absolutely gorgeous artwork. One of my favorite, very divine feminine feeling decks. And I love that the messages, each of the individual figures, gives you here. All right, so that is the Goddess Power Oracle from Colette Baron-Reed. Okay, next up is Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. And this is, of course, Colette Baron-Reed. We have quite a few more decks of hers to go through, so let's take a look at the cards themselves. And fun fact, that is based off of Colette herself, that image of that magician there. All right, so let's take a look at the cards themselves. This is the back of the card. Very beautiful art. And here is the front. The Altar Priestess. So as you can see, they are figures. I believe they are based on like a... I forgot. I forgot what I was going to say, but yeah, these are really cool. Very, oh, what's the word? Fairy tale-like feeling, I think is what I wanted to say. So yeah, this is Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Avalonian, that's the word. It's almost like Avalonian feel. Yeah. Right, next up is the Spirit Animal Oracle. And this one is really, really cool. There's quite a few cards here. Let's take a look at the deck itself. Here is the back. Beautiful, like mandala art here. And 68 cards, so I'll just go ahead and flip through a few. We have the animal spirit and the message. So a very, very cool deck to use with readings. Almost like advice, like you're getting advice from these spirit animals. And the artwork is just so beautiful. I believe it's the same artist as the previous two decks. And Jenna does stunning work. Right. So those are just a few of the cards here in the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron-Reed. Truly a beautiful deck. All right, next up is Wisdom of the Oracle, Divination cards by Colette Baron-Reed. And I am currently working with this deck, so here are the cards. This is the back. Beautiful spiral detailing with really pretty colors. I don't know, I just love this color combination. And the words ask and no wrapping around there. All right, so here are the card fronts with absolutely beautiful art. Very dreamlike. There you go, around and round. And again, I love working with this deck so much. I use it pretty much daily. Very beautiful art. Easily intuitive messages. It's just a stunning deck overall. One of my absolute favorites from Colette Baron-Reed. All right, so that is Wisdom of the Oracle. All right, another deck that I use extensively, and if I must say, this is probably my absolute favorite deck by Colette Baron-Reed. This was done in collaboration with Alberto Villoldo, and it's just incredible. The readings I get with this deck are just really amazing. So working with the deck, let's pull that out there. Here is the back of the card. Very beautiful. And here are the card fronts, some of the messages here. And I believe this is based on shaman archetypes. So it's not about shamanism, it's the archetypes. So it's a very, very beautiful, deep deck. And I actually have, yeah, this is heavy because I have 2 copies of this. One copy I purchased because I loved it so much when I first saw it. And another copy, which is the one I'm using now, was the one that came with the Oracle Palooza registration. So I actually did that last year and got a second copy. So that's one I work with daily. The cards feel a little bit different than the one I purchased online, but I'll take it. So yeah, this is just some of the cards here from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And again, this is, if I was to say there's one absolute favorite Oracle deck that I work with, don't tell the others, it's this one. So yeah, that is the Shaman's Dream Oracle by Colette Baron-Reed and Alberto Villoldo. All right, up next is this very beautiful deck called the Enchanted Map. And this is one I'm currently working with, so let me grab those cards. And here is the back of the card. Very cool. And here is the front. So these to me feel very much like a fairy tale, but a very magical journey. Of course, they're called the Enchanted Map Oracle cards. So it's very good for gauging where you are on your mystical journey. Very beautiful and soothing art. Even the sad cards are beautiful. Yeah. Very interesting, very insightful deck too. I must say I love working with this one. So this is the Enchanted Map Oracle cards by Colette Baron-Reed. Okay, although not quite oracle cards, I love using these in readings in conjunction with tarot and oracle decks. Well, it says it's an oracle deck, but really they are like little letters. Postcards from Spirit is the deck by Colette Baron-Reed, which features these very interesting postcard designs. So the backs of the cards are all different, as you will see. Yeah, they're all just unique in their own way because the messages on the front are unique to the card. And they all touch on different themes, different messages of encouragement and support. They are all very beautiful. And it's a very big deck and a lot of messages here, so can't imagine how long it took to put this together, but it is a very, very beautiful deck to use in readings. So that is the Postcards from Spirit Oracle deck. All right, another one of my absolute favorites from Colette Baron-Reed, and as you'll see, these cards, I work with them extensively. So they are a bit worn, but here is the Oracle of the Seven Energies. Here is the back of the card, and here are the card fronts. So again, this is just one of those decks that I love to work with. It follows very closely behind the Shaman's Dream, but this deck is just amazing. absolute favorite. And the artwork is really, really pretty. Very dreamlike. So this is the Oracle of the Seven Energies, and by Colette Baron-Reed. All right, and last but not least in my collection of Colette Baron-Reed cards is this beautiful oracle made in conjunction with Pam Grout, and this is the Oracle of E. And I believe this is a great book to accompany the Pam Grout's book. Let's see, let's pull this up real quick. So this is E Squared by Pam Grout, and this is the the oracle deck that accompanies it or can be used in conjunction with. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cards. Here is the back with the E squared symbol, well, E. And here are just some of the messages that are on the front of the card. And each of them coincide with energies or themes. It's really cool that they're very open to intuitive interpretation. Very cool. A lot of the designs repeat, but with different messages, which is perfectly fine. Really love this deck. So yeah, that is the Oracle of E by Pam Grout and Colette Baron-Reed. All right, so next up we're going to take a look at another one of my absolute favorites. The creators, I am always trying to snap up any decks they come out with because they're just so beautiful and the messages are just so powerful. This is not quite an oracle deck, but I'm going to include it in here anyway because I want to. So that's that. All right, so first of all, we'll take a look at the Eventide Messages of Affirmation, followed by the Threads of Fate Jupiter's Tongue Oracle, and the Illuminator's Amulet. All right, real quickly here, so the Threads of Fate Eventide Messages of Affirmation Oracle deck, as you can see, is a very beautiful periwinkle box with this black holographic detailing. I did a full flip-through review on my Instagram, so if you wanted to check that out in more detail, you can find that there. Here is the card back. And here are the messages on the front. So I know these are messages of affirmation, but I would also argue these would be perfectly fine as oracle cards because you can pull this in conjunction with any kind of reading and it will shed a very empowering light, especially on readings for like self-empowerment or compassion, self-love. Very cool. I actually use this deck to pull an affirmation every week. Again, you can see there's like a holographic element to it. Yeah, that is the Eventide Messages of Affirmation deck from Threads of Fate. Our next beauty here is the Threads of Fate Jupiter's Tongue Oracle, which is absolutely stunning and totally open to intuitive interpretation. So cool. Blue foil, very beautiful, looks stunning in the light. This is the back of the card with the initials for Jupiter's Tongue. And here are some of the cards. So they are one-word oracle cards, which you can look up the meaning online. They have a page for the Jupiter's Tongue Oracle. Or you can just go ahead and, you know, intuit the meaning, what impression it gives you when you see this card come up. They are a little bit slippery, so you'll see them pop out of my hands occasionally. There we go. So yeah, just really interesting deck. Again, it comes off with a very fiery energy, very bold, I think I would say. It's a very bold energy. Really cool oracle deck. So this is Jupiter's Tongue, Oracle by Threads of Fate. All right, moving on to the deck. I don't know how many others would consider this an oracle deck. I really love it. It's the Illuminator's Amulet. And this deck in particular, here's the back, is super holographic. I love it. It's so pretty. There is a indigo blue version I'm still currently trying to get my hands on. Don't know if I need it, but I definitely want it. So yeah, here's the back of the card. And here are the fronts. So these can be used kind of like an 8-ball, magic 8-ball. The messages here will either give you a positive confirmation or a, I don't want to say negative confirmation, but a no-go confirmation. So the example being here, release this desire. You're in alignment. So yeah, just really cool messages. And you can almost picture it being a magic 8-ball with the round window here and the message appearing. Really, really love this deck. And it photographs beautifully because that shine, it's just so pretty. One of my favorite decks to carry around in my pockets. And definitely helps settle debates sometimes on whether or not we should go out to eat. All right, so that is the Illuminator's Amulet by Threads of Fate. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so if you're feeling like this is deja vu, don't worry. You may have just recognized the ridiculous amount of versions of the Threads of Fate Oracle that I collected. As you may have seen in the tarot video, I also have the same colorways that correspond to the Oracle decks. So let's take a look here. We have the Threads of Fate Oracle Ascendant Edition. This is the Lumen Edition, and this is the Shadow Edition. So just to save time, I will go ahead and just show you real quick. This is the Ascendant with the card art in a black matte card with holographic foil. Super stunning. Pairs very beautifully with the Ascendant Edition of the tarot deck. This is the Lumen Edition, card back. And here are the card fronts. A little more tricky to photograph or videotape. Hopefully this is coming out nicely. But yeah, very pretty, soft pastel holographic backgrounds. These cards are absolutely stunning in person. And this is actually the first set colorway that I purchased when I bought the Journeyer, or the Weaver Tarot Journeyer Edition, which is the same colorway as the Lumen. So yeah, beautiful. All right, and then the Shadow Edition. Here is the card back. And here is the front. So very similar to the Lumen Edition, just with a bit more of a darker tone in the background. Still feels very soft pastel, vivid pastel. I don't know if that makes sense, but still a very soft background. Kind of gives a little bit of that shimmery vibe, I guess. Yes. I love using the Threads of Fate Oracle. It's just so beautiful and bold, and the messages just always come through as you need to hear them. No punches pulled. That's what I love about this deck, and the tarot deck as well. So yeah, that is the Threads of Fate Oracle in the 3 different colorways. All right, let's move on. All right, last but certainly not least in this amazing collection of Threads of Fate decks, I really want to show you, and I hope this doesn't look too terrible on camera, but This is the Imperium, and a very one-of-a-kind oracle deck. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. This is incredible. This is a lenticular deck, and let me show you what that means. So the cards themselves, this is the card back, are holographic. So cool. Holographic. They're very thick and heavy, and that is because they are lenticular. So the image appears to change. Very cool. Ah, I could stare at this for days. And this is one of my absolute favorite oracle decks to work with because it is so unique. Clients really love when this deck appears because it's just so mesmerizing. And the other thing I really love about this deck is that, again, with Threads of Fate, I feel like there are no punches pulled. This is just straight up what you need to hear, whether or not you like it. It's very tough love, I think. Tough love when you need it. So here we go. This reminds me a lot of, this is going to age me quite a bit, but Pogs. When you had lenticular Pogs. This is what this reminds me of. But again, just a really cool, really powerful deck. I feel like has a lot of strong messages that come through when you need to hear it. So cool. All right, so that is the Threads of Fate, the Imperium Oracle deck. And it truly is a portal. All right, so here we have 3 awesome decks by Dr. Stephen D. Farmer. And all of these are just really, really cool, but I will go quickly and show you just a couple of cards from each of these. And we'll start with the Messages from the Spirits of Nature Oracle. All right, so here are the card backs for the Messages from the Spirits of Nature. And here is the front. And the artwork on here is really cool. It looks very photorealistic. In fact, it might be, but just maybe stylized a little bit. But they have this very overall beautiful, natural feel to it. So very, very cool. I do not work with this deck enough, but that will change. Beautiful art, beautiful colors. And the messaging is really cool too. So yeah, that is the Messages from the Spirits of Nature Oracle. All right, next is the Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides Oracle cards. And let's go ahead and take a look at that deck. So here is the back. And here is the front. So very cool. We have the animal name, some art, and then just a quick little message. So these are really neat to use if you want a quick message from your animal spirit guides. That is Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides Oracle deck. All right, and here we have the Earth Magic Oracle cards. So let's take a look at those. Very pretty card back. And for the front, we have very simple, the card title, the message associated with it, and some beautiful art. Very cool for getting a reading on the energy of a situation, a person. Very cool cards. Right, so that is Earth Magic Oracle cards and Stephen D. Farmer, or Dr. Stephen D. Farmer now. I think these are the older decks. So yeah, beautiful cards. All right, next up we have another set of cards from a creator that I love to follow, and this is Flavia Kate Peters and Barbara Micklejohn Free, and these are the individual but very cool cards that they have created. So first up, we have the Spellcasting Oracle cards. Whoops, there we go. This is the card back. And some of the card fronts. So again, this is just a really amazing deck to work with. I am currently using it. So a lot of these cards just really speak very lovely to general energies, what we need to know. Really cool cards to work with. I love working with these. All right, so these are the Spellcasting Oracle cards. Now we have the Divination of the Ancients Oracle cards. And we'll take a brief look at those. Here is the card back. A little bit bigger card, by the way. And here we have the front. So again, just very cool art. Very straightforward in its meaning. Also very easy to intuit whenever these come up in a reading. And I kind of like using this one as like a synchronicity slash signs and what they mean. All right, so that is the Divination of the Ancients Oracle cards. All right, and here we have Witch's Wisdom Oracle cards. Very cool cards. Let me show you. So here is the back of the card. Very beautiful. And here is the front. So each of the cards does describe what it is and the meaning. Very, very lovely deck. The art is so cool. So yeah, this is the Witch's Wisdom Oracle cards. And this is by Barbara Micklejohn Free and Flavia Kate Peters. Okay, next up we have some decks from Alana Fairchild, and honestly one of my favorite artworks on a oracle deck. This is the Divine Circus Oracle cards, and I love the circus, so I had to get this deck when I saw it. This is the back of the card with the image that's on the front there, and here are some of the cards themselves. Very beautiful art. Now, some of them are a little different from the others, but yeah, they're still really cool. Some of them feel a little bit different. I love this card. So yeah, this is the Divine Circus Oracle cards by Alana Fairchild. next to that we have here the Sacred Rebels Oracle, which I'm pretty sure a lot of us have heard of. It's a very beautiful deck. So here is the card back, and here are some of the card fronts. Just very, very stunning artwork. And very cool cards. So yeah, this is the Sacred Rebels Oracle by Alana Fairchild. Alright, so next up we have the Sacred Rebels Oracle by Alana Fairchild. And let's go ahead and take a look at that deck. So here we have the card back and some of the art from the front. So very, very beautiful art. And the card meanings down here, or not meanings, but the main message here. A very beautiful deck to utilize with intuitive readings. It's just absolutely stunning. Right, and that is the Sacred Rebels Oracle by Alana Fairchild. Okay, up next we have the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds, as well as the Magical Spell Cards. Both of these are from Lucy Cavendish, and they are both very beautiful decks, as I will show you here. So for the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds, this is the back of the card. Very pretty purple. I love purple. And these cards vary from landscape to portrait, so here are a few of the cards. Of course, they're all landscape right now. There we go. Very beautiful art. And I think having them in landscape just really helps get a bigger picture of this beautiful art. All right. We'll just take a peek here. There's a lot of landscape in this one. I did not realize just how much. Okay, well, quick flip. Some very beautiful images here. But yeah, this is the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds by Lucy Cavendish. All right, so next we'll look at the Magical Spell Cards. And these are very unique cards. So these back images here change, they vary. There's a couple different designs. So yeah, just a few different ones. And here, let's look at the front of the cards. And they come with an overall theme or message, and then just a quick little, if you so wish, incantation or message that coincides with the cards, and you can use in spellcrafting. Otherwise, you can just use as an oracle card. All right. So these are the Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. All right, so I actually did not realize how many Oracle decks I have from Stacy DeMarco, but we will go ahead and start taking a look at a couple of these very beautiful oracle decks. All right, so one of the more recent releases from Stacy DeMarco is this Deep, Dark, and Dangerous Oracle. And I believe I did a quick flip through and review on Instagram, so you can find that there. But this is the back of the card. Really cool colors here. Cool red foil. And these are just some of the cards here, which are themed to Deep, Dark, and Dangerous. Creatures to help us understand our darkness. All right, so that is the Deep, Dark, and Dangerous Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. All right, here we have the Elemental Oracle by Stacy DeMarco, and let's go ahead and take a look at the cards here. So these are the card backs, silver foil there, and here is the art on the front. I believe this is also the same artist that collaborated with Stacy on the previous deck. This is a very beautiful deck. The art is super cool. Alright, so that is the Elemental Oracle from Stacy DeMarco. Okay, up next we have the Divine Animals Oracle. Very beautiful deck. And let's go ahead and take a peek here. This is the back of the card with all the animals. So cool. And here is the front. So we have the horse, and it's associated with freedom. So this is a very cool way to incorporate animals into messages. You can do that intuitively or just follow what the card is telling you. Probably my favorite. All right, so this is the Divine Animals Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. All right, so up next we have the Queen of the Moon Oracle. This is one of my first decks that I purchased by Stacy DeMarco. One of my favorites. I love this deck so very much. So here is the back of the card with the moon phase art. Very cool. And here are the card fronts. So these cards coincide with the phases of the moon or the individual monthly full moon names. So like the beaver moon. This is last quarter. And they all have a theme associated. So here we go. So that is the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck by Stacy DeMarco. All right, last but not least, we have this fan favorite, which I'm sure you've seen throughout the autumn/spooky season. This is the Halloween Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. And we'll take a quick look at the cards here. This is the back of the card. Very Halloween-y. And here are the card fronts. Very cool and very in theme with the Halloween holiday, or Samhain if you prefer. All right, so that is the Halloween Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. All right, and here we have this very beautiful deck. This is the Secret Language of Light by Denise Jarvie. And let's take a quick peek at the cards here. So this is the card art of the back. Very beautiful. I think my camera's having a difficult time adjusting, but if you'd see it in person, it's beautiful. All right, so the cards are also one of those sets of landscape and portrait mixes, which I'm just going to flip through very, very quickly. Very beautifully done card art. And I've yet to work really extensively with this deck, but every so often I'm called to pull from it. And I really should work with it more. I think it's a stunning deck. Very easy to intuit messages. Right. So that is the Secret Language of Light by Denise Jarvie. I hope I'm saying the last name correctly. We will go ahead and take a look at the Cosmic Creatures deck. This is from the creator of Mystic Mondays, Grace Duong. I hope I'm pronouncing her last name properly. Please forgive me if I'm not. But here is the guidebook. Beautiful full color. Always appreciate that. The deck itself is here in the tuck box. And here are the cards. Very cute. All right, so the art on the cards is very beautiful. They are bold and vivid. Very much feels like the Mystic Mondays tarot deck, only this is all about animals. So you'll see a wide range of animals here. This feels like a Lisa Frank card. This one too. So a lot of very beautiful, radiant colors in the wide range of animals. As you can see here, the mantis to the flamingo. Just overall, really, really pretty deck. All right. And that is the Cosmic Creatures deck by Grace Duong of Mystic Mondays. All right, so next we'll take a look at a couple of these really cute pocket oracle decks, which come in these cute little clasp boxes. They're very small, perfect for toting in your purse. So I have a couple here that are by Jessica Lay. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this one here, Fortune Cookies, is by Sharina Starr. So let's just go ahead and take a quick look at some of these. So this is the Whispering Woods. And this is the card back. Here are the fronts. So some of the messages. that you can get with these cute little pocket oracles. These are cute, and they are themed to the Whispering Woods. All right, so another deck we have here is Sea Melodies, themed to mermaids and nautical. So here we go. These are just some of the messages you can receive from this pocket oracle. Very cute and themed perfectly to the ocean and mermaids. Very cute. All right, next we'll take a look at this Starlight Pocket Oracle. And this is the back of the card. And here we have the front. So again, themed very much to space, stars, celestial. So this is a really cool night sky themed deck. And I love using these for just quick little messages. Sometimes they help to give additional encouragement or wise words of advice in addition to a reading. So these are very cute, very cool little cards. All right, that is Starlight Pocket Oracle. And last but not least, we have the Fortune Cookies deck. This is by Sharina Starr. All right, and these sort of function like fortune cookies, I guess, but yeah, they're very much oracle. And the theme is very cute, very lovely. I like the red and gold color scheme here. All right, so that is the Fortune Cookies Pocket Oracle. Okay, next up we have this very cool pocket deck, I suppose. It's a pocket oracle, and it is called the Antiquities of Magic Oracle. And the cool thing about this is that the cards are, well, first of all, very pretty in the back, but the cards themselves do contain symbols that you can find in the tarot. And this one in particular has the symbol itself along with the association. So for example here, a house can associate with familiarity, right? House, your home is your stable familiarity. So here is the bench where you sit and assess. Sunflower. A lobster, which appears, well, I believe a crayfish appears on the moon card, and this is for inner growth. Grapes are blessings and abundance. So yeah, this is a really cool deck. Again, just the symbolism that you find in the tarot. This pocket oracle here can help kind of break down a reading based on the symbols that you need to see and kind of use that to discern what your reading is trying to tell you. So yeah, it's a really neat little pocket deck. Haven't used it too much, but I love it because it is so small, it shuffles nicely, and the art is just really cool. So yeah, this is the Antiquities of Magic Oracle. Oh, and I believe this is by Jillian C. Wild. Hopefully there is another volume that comes out. I believe this is volume 1. Yeah. So this is volume 1. Let's see when volume 2 comes out. Very pretty. All right, so here is another deck that I don't know that I would call it an oracle deck, but very interesting deck indeed. It is a fortune-telling deck, the Kipper deck. I guess I've heard it referred to just as the Kipper deck. So yeah, this is by Ciro Marchetti. And let's go ahead and take a look at the cards. So this is the back of the card with this very cool Venetian mask. And here we have the cards themselves with very beautiful artwork. And this is artwork you'd probably recognize by Ciro. This is just really gorgeous. Very cool. Very vivid art as well. And I love to play, find Ciro's initials. So there's C and M right there. There's C and M right here. Yeah, it's just a little kind of a peekaboo game I like to play. Yeah, that is the Kipper fortune-telling deck. All right, up next I have this very beautiful, very unique oracle deck. This is called Vessel, and this is by Mary Elizabeth Evans. And let's go ahead and take a look. So we've got a little guidebook. Although these cards are truly very, very intuitive. If you wanted to use the guidebook, you could, but if you wanted to just go purely off your intuition, works absolutely amazing. So here is the back of the card. And here are the card fronts. Very interesting and beautiful art. I love the minimal use of color, but the color just really accentuates the really cool details here. The handwriting gives it a very handmade feel to it, which I believe it was. So it's very cool. Absolutely amazing deck. I love using this deck for client readings. It's super cool. Sad star. All right, so that is the Vessel Oracle deck, and that is by Mary Elizabeth Evans. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this deck here. This is called Morgan's Tarot. However, I'm putting this in the Oracle cards section because I don't really feel it's a tarot deck. Yeah, I mean, this is just a very interesting deck to be sure, but let's go ahead and open this up and I will show you why. All right, so Morgan's Tarot comes with this small little guidebook and a very large amount of cards, but this kind of goes through and tells you a little bit about each card, some details, and you'll see why I'm not quite sure why it's called tarot, but let's take a look here. This is the card back, and here is some of the card fronts. So not 100% sure if this is a sort of invitation to kind of create, give it your own twist. I've seen on reviews online that some folks have actually kind of done their own thing with some of these cards. So yeah, I mean, pretty cool concept if you choose to do so. For me personally though, it just confuses me. So here are some of the cards that come with their doodles and their little prompts filled out. So here is, does consciousness ring a bell? A very interesting deck indeed. I love it though because it really challenges you to take things from another perspective. Like, what does pigs and fishes surround you mean? This one's cute. Yeah, so a very interesting deck to be sure. I would love to explore it a little bit more and just really be able to incorporate this on some level in my readings because, again, I feel like it's a very unique deck in a whole new ballpark and a whole new world of its own. So it is very cool. I love it. But again, I wasn't sure where this deck fits in my deck collection, so that's why it is here. I still don't understand. Very true. Very true. Morgan's Tarot, created by Morgan Robbins. There you go. All right, so I'm actually coming down to the last couple decks that I have here, and they're not quite Oracle collection decks, but they do fall into kind of an Oracle category. This is the Star Codes Astro Oracle. So a little bit of astrology and a little bit of Oracle. So let's take a look. All right, so one of my favorite astrology decks, or astro decks, is this Star Codes Astro Oracle. And taking a look here, this is the back of the card. Super cool design, and the colors are really cool. All right, and here is the front of the card. So these all coincide with zodiac symbols, with planetary alignments, moon phases, as you'll see. And then they have the meaning here, or correlation. Again, this is just a really, really cool deck. The usage of lines and color and symbols is just really cool. Beautiful. All right. So just a lot of very beautiful imagery. And this deck in particular is just so easy to use. It's beautiful. Messages come through clearly, so a very cool deck. Now this is the Star Codes Astro Oracle, and it's by Heather Rowan Robbins. All right, next we have this very, very beautiful and very large Celestial Bodies, Astrology and Numerology Oracle deck. And this comes with two very sturdy, very beefy guidebooks. So we have a volume 1 and a volume 2, although that says volume 1 there. That's volume 2, typo. So yeah, you have a lot of information here, as this deck is very comprehensive and covers a lot of different aspects of astrology and numerology. And as you'll see, there's a lot of cards here. So this is a very, very thick deck. A lot of stuff here to cover. Let's take a peek here. Oh, the back of the card. Very beautiful. The sun and the planets here. And on the front. So here is zodiac symbols, astrology, Cancer. We have planetary, Saturn. Jupiter. The houses, this is the 7th house. Descendant, Mercury. Opposition. Lunar phases, so here's a lunar eclipse. So the elements, so water. Grand cross, and depending on your birth chart, planets will grand cross each other. Fire. A feminine, regarding energy. A conjunction. This is the 6th house. New moon. Numerology, this is the number 8. Sign of Pisces. The number 33. Saturn return. So yeah, as you can see, there is a lot to be gleaned from this deck. Hence 2 volumes of a guidebook. So a very, very interesting deck. Definitely deserves a lot of time to study and really just get the fullest use out of it, because it is a very beautiful deck. The art is just stunning and very vivid. I love it. So this is the Celestial Bodies. Let's see the full title. Astrology and Numerology Oracle Deck with guidebooks. And there you go. All right, next up is this very beautiful Zodiac deck. It's called Live by the Moon. And this is from the Quirky Cup Collective. The creator here is Sydney Baldissera. I can't read that. Well, Baldissera. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. So yeah, this is a very, very beautiful deck. And let me go ahead and show you here. The sides are this beautiful, like, purple pink. And they're not really like a deck that you just kind of shuffle through. So there's information on the 12 zodiac signs as well as the moon phases. So this can help you track, you know, what sign is in what phase of the moon. So if you really want to, you can do that, or you can just kind of be like myself. And I collected these because they're absolutely gorgeous. I love the art. And yeah, sometimes it's as simple as that. So let's take a look here. We have Cancer, the crab. So cute, if I do say so myself. And here's Aries. So the artwork, again, is just so beautiful. And the gold foil accents on the cards just really help them shine and shimmer, especially because these colors are so beautiful. All right, so now we have the phases of the moon here. So pretty. All right. And as I mentioned, on the back of the cards is just a little bit of information. So, for example, here's Cancer the crabs. You have the constellation, the birth dates that falls under. This is the 4th house, element of water, and some keywords describing Cancer would be nurture. Kind of hard to see. So nurture, resilience, and humorous. Right. And for the moon phases, for example, we have the last quarter moon. So this is for release of negative energy and reflecting on successes and failures. Right, so the keywords are cleanse, revise, and change. So very cool. Nice if you want to learn about the way the phases of the moon can help you manifest or release, set goals. A lot of neat stuff. So yeah, that is Live by the Moon Zodiac deck. All right, so next up we have this absolutely beautiful, this is the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck. All right, then we have the guidebook, and this is a very, very lovely guidebook. It is hardcover. It comes with a little ribbon to bookmark where you're at, and it comes in full color. So there is a lot of very beautiful art to look at, as well as all the details regarding this deck. So you go into all these very different topics, such as the astrology, working with the deck, energies of the deck, meaning the planets, signs of the zodiac, houses, major aspects, and just a lot of information, chock full of information. So this is Heavenly Bodies Astrology by Lily Ashwell, and let's go ahead and take a look at the deck. All right, so here is the very lovely art on the back of the deck. It's very pretty baby blue and just very serene feeling. This whole deck just feels like a very beautiful, bright, sunny day. I don't know, that's how I can describe it. But yeah, let's take a look at some of the card art on the front. And again, it gives you planetary information as well as just a little bit about it, how you can use these in a reading, very much like oracle cards, and give you more information on either personalities or astrology signs that are associated with energies that are around you. So yeah, very beautiful deck. North Node. This one's pretty cool. All right. So again, this is the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck by Lily Ashwell. Oh, come on. All right, next up we have this very beautiful deck. This is the Arcana of Astrology, and this is an oracle deck and guidebook for cosmic insight by Claire Goodchild. Very, very pretty. Let me show you. All right, so here is the deck. This is the Arcana of Astrology, and of course you can see there is the planetary symbols and zodiac signs that correspond. So very cool back of the deck art. Now let's take a look at the front. Again, Cancer. I put that up front. So here is the card art on the front, and this is to correspond with the astrology. There we go. So you see the houses, planets, alignments, aspects, even moon phases. I mean, I know you probably only need so many astrology decks, but this one is just very beautiful and covers maybe something that maybe one of the other decks don't. So I like to have a couple different ones. All right, so very beautiful, straightforward art here. Tells you everything you need to know, and comes with a very comprehensive guidebook as well to learn about astrology and how all these beautiful aspects line up. All right, this is the Arcana of Astrology by Claire Goodchild. All right, and last but not least in my astrology deck lineup, here is the Numerous Astro deck, and this is again just very aligned with planets, zodiac signs, astrology. Of course, it's an astrology deck. So let's go ahead and take a look here. This is the back of the card. Get that to focus. There we go. Very pretty. And here are the fronts of the cards. And again, planets, what they're associated with, and just a little bit about it. So these are very well written descriptions that if you're studying, I think this is probably one of the better astrology decks to use. simply because it provides so much information for you down here. Very beautiful art. Yep, I think it just started raining again. So yeah. Beautiful, beautiful deck. Beautifully done. All right, so that is the Numinous Astro deck. And I believe this is by Ruby Warrington. All right, and real quick, because I'm not quite sure where these fit in either. So these are just a few decks that I've purchased randomly at like a little gift store. So they do cover a wide range of topics. Sorry, it just really started downpouring out there. Hope you can't pick that up on the microphone there. Wow, it is really coming down. Okay, so here we have a cute deck called the Fortune Telling Cards. Very plain and straightforward. These cards just act like a magic 8-ball. Give you some smarty pants answers to yes or no questions. This is a fabulous deck to use if you are constantly debating something. I don't know. So yeah, this is definitely pretty cool. Yes or no? No or yes. So nope. This is definitely a deck you can utilize when trying to make a decision, yes or no. All right, the next one is the palm reading cards, and this is just a deck that illustrates a couple different aspects of reading palms. So crosses on the palm, a family chain. Very cool, very informational if you want to study palmistry, which I do. So I have been just kind of utilizing these cards as needed. And there are 100 cards, so a lot to go through, a lot of information, but pretty thorough, pretty cool. All right, and last but not least, we have the tea leaf reading cards, which is again just a quick little deck for learning tea leaf readings and interpreting the shapes. History. There's quite a few cards there that just... All right, so when you get into the cards here, we have a few different kinds of symbols. So there's animal symbols, architectural, which is really neat. I feel like you don't usually encounter too many of these, so it's really cool to have a deck that really lays out a lot of information for you. So yeah, that is the tea leaf reading cards. Okay, next we have this cute little Daily Magic Alchemical Thought Cards. And this is a deck that came with one of my Goddess Provisions subscription boxes. So just a very cute little pocket deck. As you can see, it's very small. And let me go ahead and show you the cards. So this is the back of the cards. And here are the alchemical thoughts. These are very cute for when you need a quick zap of love and encouragement. So these cards provide little phrases that give you food for thought. Very, very cute. Simple deck with simple messages, but they are very impactful. So yeah, these are the Daily Magic Alchemical Thought cards. Let's see if I can find the... Here we go. It's a 33 card deck, and I'm not quite sure who the author is, but yeah, found these on Goddess Provisions. I mean, you possibly could find them on Goddess Provisions. So there you go. All right, so the next deck we have here is an oracle deck called Inquire Within. Although I don't know if I would call it an oracle deck. Again, this is just something, in my opinion, it feels more like affirmations. So that's what we're going to classify it as. So here is the back of the card. Very beautiful art. Gold gilded edges. All right, and here are the fronts of the card. So I have support. Very beautiful, simple but impactful. The art and the text, the way it kind of works together, it's just very beautiful and so elegant in its simplicity, I think. Very cute deck. I love this one. So yeah, that is Inquire Within. Okay, so we are in the final stretch of the decks here that I have, so there's not too many left. And going over very briefly, this is the Therapets Emotional Support Animal cards by Kate Allen, and this is a very, very cute deck. So it is very much on the larger size when it comes to decks, but the art itself more than makes up for the big card here. So let me show you some of the art here. And these are, of course, affirmations, words of encouragement, and I feel like they are very, very gentle and so cute because they're accompanied by the most beautiful illustrations. So here is this card here. Again, just a very beautiful deck. Adorable art, adorable. And messages here are just so loving and encouraging. Definitely recommend this for somebody who loves animals and maybe going through a tough time. Just sometimes pulling one of these cards can help brighten up just a little bit of your day and provide a smile because these are just so cute. And self-care is so important, as well as checking in with those you care about, who you know might be having a tough time, and just doing what you can. Right. So these are the Therapets Emotional Support Animal cards by Kate Allen. All right, so next up we have this extremely gorgeous Crystal Affirmations Golden Aura Edition. And this deck is by Moonstruck Crystals. This is a perfect companion to the Crystal Struck Tarot. If you saw my tarot collection video, beautiful, beautiful deck. Let me go ahead and show you the cards because they are stunning. So here is the art on the back. And as you can probably tell, gold holographic foil throughout. So gorgeous. Look at these sides here. These edges are gold holographic. And here are the cards. So, of course, they are themed to crystals, and these crystals carry with them an affirmation for you. So, a very, very cool deck to pull from daily to get an affirmation. And if you happen to have the crystal, I mean, why not just kind of, keep it out there with you or just put it in your pocket. just to kind of remind yourself of your affirmation. So very beautiful art. It's got a lot of this gold foil, holographic gold foil shimmer. I love the way the light plays on that. And just lots of very beautiful, encouraging messages. All right. So that is the Crystal Affirmations deck by Moonstruck Crystals. All right, so here we have another set of very beautiful and just flat out stunning affirmation cards. And these are both by the artist Dreamy Moons, otherwise known as Annie Tarasova. All right, so first looking at the affirmations cards, we see here, this is the back art of the card. So beautiful. And here are the fronts with the affirmations. Beautiful cards. The art is very simple but impactful, very beautiful. Just love this deck. So that is the affirmation cards by Dreamy Moons. All right, so next we're looking at the Soul Whispers card deck. And again, these are very much like affirmation cards. So we'll take a look here. This is the back of the card with gold foil. And here is the front of the card with beautiful art and more gold foil. These are absolutely beautiful. The art feels just so natural, so comforting. So yeah. This is the Soul Whispers card deck. So we have another set from a single creator, and this is from, I believe it's called Purple Canyon. So Purple Canyon created these decks, and they are affirmation cards as well as empowerment cards. So let's go ahead and take a look first at affirmation cards. All right, so here is the back of the affirmation cards deck. So you can see, very cute, very pretty starry theme here. And this is the front of the card. So what you get is the theme for your affirmation, and here is the affirmation itself. So very cool if you want to pull one of these daily or weekly, just to kind of give you an affirmation to keep in mind. Very beautiful range of affirmations here. Very pretty. I love the art too. All right, so that is the affirmation cards deck from Purple Canyon. All right, looking now at the empowerment cards, also from Purple Canyon. Let's go and take a look here. These I actually just ordered not too long ago, and I've been working with them ever since they arrived. This is the back of the card. Beautiful. And here are the fronts. So very much like the Affirmations deck, however, this one is messages that are empowering, which is why it's the empowerment deck. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at a few of these cards here. And this deck in particular has this really cute gold foil, and they accent some of these cards. Very beautiful cards. Alright, so that is the Empowerment cards by Purple Canyon. Alright, so here is one of the more miscellaneous decks that I have. This is the deck of crystals by Nadia Bailey, and this deck in particular just gives you pretty much a image of the crystal, some of the properties, and some information on it. So I'll tell you a little bit about the appearance, some associations, history and lore, and the uses for each crystal. Yeah, not really an oracle deck, not really affirmations, just kind of one of those decks that provides information for you can use to study crystals. As you can see, just contains a lot of crystals and the associated information. So that is the Deck of Crystals by Nadia Bailey. All right, we have made it to the final deck that I will be sharing with you. So here is the Gratitude Inspirational Card Deck and Guidebook. Now this is not an oracle deck, not an affirmation deck, but rather it helps you just kind of find things to help express gratitude. And these cards essentially have prompts, they have quotes, and help you to reflect in gratitude. So let's take a look at just a few of these cards. It does come in this pouch, in this very, very pretty box. I don't use these too often, but definitely a deck that if you want to incorporate into your practice, really would supplement very nicely. So let's see here. We've got 3 different kind of categories that we've got going on. So there are, of course, affirmation, inspiration, as well as reflection. All right, so in the reflection cards, they give you just little prompts. There is a quote here to kind of ponder, think about, and then something to reflect on. So let's look through a couple of these here. A lot of things to consider. And these cards get you thinking. All right, so that is the reflection. All right, moving on to the inspiration. Here is the quote, as well as something to inspire you. Very beautiful for just using for journaling or reflecting. So yeah, that is the inspiration. All right, finally we come to the affirmation. Okay, so this is, of course, your quote and an affirmation for you. Repeat this mantra throughout your day. Very lovely cards. Again, they could be used, I believe there's journals that exist somewhere out there that you can use with these cards. So very, very beautiful. All right, hello, hello. Thank you for sticking it out through to the end. This is the end of the video series. I just wanted to say thank you so very much for hanging out here with me and watching this entire series. I know it was not short. Let me know in the comments below if you discovered any new tarot or oracle decks that you were really called to, and yeah, just curious to see if anybody finds something new and fun that they spotted here in these videos. So I just wanted to thank you again and hope you have a great rest of your day, morning, night, evening, whatever it may be. So just take care and hope to see you in future videos. Great.